Hey, it's Riley from teelaunch. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a Halloween t-shirt design in Canva and get it ready to sell on Etsy with teelaunch. Cute Halloween t-shirts, especially bougie-themed designs, are proving to be a really popular trend. So today, we're going to use that trend as inspiration and create our own fun, original version from scratch. Along the way, I'll show you how to build the design in Canva, give it a subtle vintage effect, create different color variations for light and dark t-shirts, and finally, upload it to teelaunch so it's ready to publish to your store. Now we're going to start creating our design in Canva. For this design, I'm going for a bougie Halloween style, so something a little more cute, feminine, and playful, rather than the traditional scary Halloween look. The first thing I'm going to do is search through Canva's graphics to find the main element for our design. I'm going to search for Ghost with Coffee, because I already have an idea of the style I want to create. Looking through these, I'm not really feeling any of these options, so I'm going to change my search slightly and try Fancy Ghost instead. Straight away, I can see more of the style I'm looking for. This ghost has a much more premium, playful feel, which works really well for the bougie theme. Canva allows you to change the colors of most graphics, but I actually really like the pink color this one is already using, so I'm going to keep that for now. Now let's start adding our text. On the left-hand side menu, select Text, and then add a text box. For now, we'll just use the standard text option because we're going to customize it afterwards. I'm going to type bougie. Next, let's change the font to something that matches the style of the design a little better. At the top, where it currently says Canva Sans, click there to open the font options. I'm going to search for something a little more fancy. Just typing in fancy brings up some good options, and this font here works perfectly for the style we're creating. I like the font, but I want to make it a little more creative. Instead of keeping the text straight, I'm going to curve it around the ghost's head. To do this, click on Effects in the top menu. On the left-hand side panel, select Curve. You can adjust the curve amount until it fits nicely around your design. This helps the text feel more connected to the graphic, instead of just sitting separately. Now let's match the text color to the ghost. Click the A icon in the top toolbar and choose the color you want. I'm going to use the same pink color from the ghost, so everything feels consistent. The ghost already has a black outline, so I want the text to have that same effect. With the text selected, go back to Effects, and this time, choose Outline. Change the outline color to black, and you can adjust the thickness until it looks right. As you continue building your design, you'll probably want to keep resizing and moving elements around. Don't worry about getting everything perfect straight away. It's normal to adjust things as you add more elements and see how everything works together. Now let's add some more Halloween details. I'm going to add some bats. Head back to Elements and search for Bats. Have a look through the different options and choose the ones that fit your design style. I'm going to pick this one here. I want to give this bat the same outline effect we added to the text, but this time I want the outline to be pink. Because this is a graphic rather than text, the process is slightly different. Click on the graphic, go to Edit, then find Shadows. Press See All and select Outline. From here, you can change the color. You can also use the small pencil icon to pick a color directly from your design, which makes it really easy to keep everything matching. I'm going to add another bat as well. Rather than just copying and pasting the exact same one, I'll find another variation so the design feels a little more natural. We'll repeat the same process. Add the outline, change the color to pink, and adjust it until it fits with the rest of the design. Next, I want to add a spider web. But instead of just using a normal spider web, I'm going to search for something a little more decorative. I'm going to search Spiderweb Heart. This first graphic is actually exactly what I was looking for. It adds a nice Halloween element, but still keeps that cute, bougie style we're going for. I'll resize it and place it into the design. At the moment, it's covering part of the ghost and making the design look a little messy. I want the spiderweb to sit behind the main graphic. To do this, select the spiderweb, go to Position in the top menu, and choose Send to Back. Now the spiderweb sits behind the ghost, which creates a much cleaner look. The design is starting to come together, but it still feels like it needs a few more small details to fill the empty spaces. A good way to do this is by adding small filler graphics. Things like stars, sparkles, and hearts work really well for this type of design. I'm going to go back into Elements and search for Stars. Have a look through the options and find a graphic that matches your style. I'm going to use this one here. I'll change the color to match the pink from the rest of the design, then add a black outline using the same process as before. Edit, Shadows, Outline. I'll then duplicate this. I'll then duplicate this graphic so I can place another star somewhere else in the design. To duplicate it, simply right-click and select Duplicate. Finally, I'm going to add some love hearts. I'll follow the same process again. Search for a graphic I like, resize it, change the color, and add the matching outline. At this point, we have all of the main elements we need for this design. The final step is just arranging everything. Move elements around, resize them, and adjust the spacing until the design feels balanced. Don't be afraid to keep tweaking things. A lot of the design process is just experimenting and seeing what looks right together. Now that our design is finished, I want to add one final touch before we export it. At the moment, it looks great, but I think it would benefit from having a slightly washed vintage feel. This style has been really popular on Etsy for a while now and can help give your design a more authentic, retro look. To do that, we first need to export the design. Head up to the Share button in the top right-hand corner, then click Download. Make sure the file type is set to PNG, and don't forget to tick Transparent Background. This is important because we only want to apply the effect to the design itself, not to a white background. Once those settings are selected, click Download. Now, back in Canva, create a new page, and simply drag the PNG you just downloaded onto the canvas. With the design selected, click Edit. Depending on your version of Canva, you may need to scroll through the apps until you find Texture. Open that and you'll see a range of different textures you can apply. For this design, I'm going to use Grunge Surface. You can instantly see the difference. It's not an over-the-top effect, but it adds just enough texture to make the design feel a little more vintage and worn in. I really like using subtle effects like this because they add a bit more character without distracting from the main artwork. Of course, this step is completely optional. If you prefer the clean, modern version of the design, you can absolutely leave it as it is. It really comes down to the style you're aiming for. Now we're ready to export the final version. Once again, click Share, then Download. Choose PNG as your file type, and make sure Transparent Background is enabled. This is probably the most important setting when you're creating designs for print on demand. If you forget to make the background transparent, you'll end up printing the entire white square behind your artwork, instead of just the design itself. Once everything is set correctly, click Download, and your design is now ready to upload to teelaunch and start selling. Now that our design is finished, it's time to upload it to teelaunch and get it ready to sell. From Launchpad and teelaunch, head over to the catalog and browse for the product you'd like to create. For this example, I'm going to head into Apparel and choose a t-shirt. Before selecting a product, it's always worth taking a quick look through the product information. Make sure it's the right fit for your audience. Check the available colors and sizes, and confirm it's the product you actually want to sell. Once you're happy, click Start Designing. The teelaunch designer is really straightforward to use, which makes this part nice and easy. The first thing I'm going to do is make sure the lock feature is turned off. This gives me complete freedom to resize and position my design exactly where I want it without any restrictions. Next, click Upload and select the PNG we exported from Canva. Once it's uploaded, you'll see it appear on the product. You'll also notice the blue guide around the print area. This is your safe print zone, so make sure your entire design stays within those lines. From here, simply resize and position your design until you're happy with how it looks on the shirt. One feature I really like inside the teelaunch designer is the ability to preview different garment colors. It's always worth checking your design across a few options because some color combinations work much better than others. For example, this design doesn't really stand out on a black t-shirt. The colors blend in a little too much, so I probably wouldn't offer that color for this particular design. On lighter shirts though, the pinks and outlines really pop, making the artwork much more eye-catching. Once you're happy with everything, give your product a name and click Send to Store, assuming you've already connected your store. If you haven't connected one yet, don't worry. You can always save your work and come back to publish it later. And that's it. You've just created your own Halloween bougie t-shirt from scratch using Canva and teelaunch. As we saw a moment ago, darker t-shirt colors like black didn't really work with this version of the design. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't offer those colors in your store. Instead, what we're going to do is head back into Canva and make a few simple color adjustments. Small changes like this can completely transform how a design looks on different colored garments without having to start from scratch. I'm not going to go through the entire design process again, and I'm going to skip adding the vintage texture this time, as we've already covered that. I just want to give you a quick demonstration of how easy it is to adapt one design for multiple shirt colors. For a black t-shirt, the pink doesn't stand out quite as much, so I'm going to swap a few of the colors around to create more contrast. The great thing is, because we've already built the design, these changes only take a couple of minutes. This is something I'd really recommend doing with your own products. Rather than limiting yourself to just one shirt color, create a few variations that work across light and dark garments. It gives your customers more choice and can help increase your chances of making a sale. Now that we've updated the colors, let's head back over to teelaunch and see how this new version looks on our products. As you can see, simply changing the colors to yellow and white has completely transformed the design. Now it works much better on darker t-shirts, giving you another version you can add to your store without having to create a brand new design from scratch. This is an easy win for your catalog. With just a few color changes, you've created another product variation that appeals to different customers and opens up more shirt color options. Before we wrap up, there's one final feature I'd like to show you. Once your design is uploaded, you can preview it using our high-quality product mockups. These aren't just simple previews. They include natural fabric textures and realistic lighting, giving you a much better idea of how your finished product will look to your customers. It's a great way to check your design before publishing, and it also helps you visualize how it will appear across different products and garment colors. And that's it! You've successfully created a Halloween bougie t-shirt, customized it for different shirt colors, and prepared it for sale with teelaunch. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and picked up a few tips that you can use in your own print-on-demand business. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss future tutorials. We'll be covering more seasonal trends, design ideas, and tips to help you create products your customers will love. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.